Hey, welcome to this short mini-sode series. I am making these to invite you to cruise with me and my husband, Sean, on a fabulous 7-night Seine River Cruise through the country of France. It is going to be amazing. These episodes are giving you a little sneak peek into some background and some areas that we're going to be visiting, including the beaches of Normandy, which is the site of the D-Day invasion in World War II, the town of Giverny, which is the place where the impressionist artist Monet lived and painted, and the town of Rouen, which is a really amazing historic and medieval city that is along the Seine River. So there's other places and other details. And if you would like more information, please check out the show notes, and we would love to have you join us. Thanks. Hi, welcome to Sweet Dreams Wellness Travel. I am Barbara Tuckett, your host and the owner of Sweet Dreams Travel. I am a wellness travel specialist. I believe that our mind, body, and spirit all play into our well-being, and I create travel experiences which improve your wellness so that you return from your vacation with more health, more happiness, and more connection, both with those you've traveled with and also with your destination. In these episodes, I explore travel and wellness experiences, giving you ideas and recommendations, and also interviewing people who have firsthand experience of the places where you may want to go next. Welcome, let's get started. Hello, my friend. It's great to be with you today. This is going to be another one of our shorter episodes because, again, I am talking about another destination on our French river cruise itinerary. Today, we are going to get to hear about Monets Garden. And Monets Garden is in a place called Giverny, France. And this is another destination along the Seine River where we will be river cruising in just over a year from right now when I'm recording. Let's talk about Claude Monet for a few minutes. These iconic water lilies, the Japanese bridge, the weeping willows, purple wisteria, and green bamboo, they all look just as they did when Claude Monet captured them with his quick impressionist brushstrokes, and they are just as inspiring. So even for people who have never strolled through them, these gardens instantly evoke a familiar feel and are part of any art lover's bucket list destination of places that they would like to go. So who was Claude Monet? He was born in Paris in 1840, and he's sometimes referred to as the father of Impressionism in art. The term Impressionism even came from one of his own paintings. It was an early painting that he did that was called Impression Sunrise. And so thus the term Impressionist was coined from this very first, one of these very first paintings that he did. Besides just Monet, some of the other Impressionist artists were Manet, Renoir, Degas, and they were kind of the forefathers of Impressionist artwork. They changed how art was done at the time. At first, they were really mocked and criticized and belittled for kind of starting a new trend in the art world. Up until then, paintings were more traditional and they painted exactly the way things looked. But Monet and the other Impressionist artists, they used these short, quick brush strokes, and they really tried to illustrate the play of light on different objects and movement and things like that. And another interesting thing about Monet is he painted outdoors when artists at the time, the contemporary artists in his time, they only used their studios, and they would set up people or still lifes in their studios. And so in this way, he was like very visionary, very forward thinking for his time. In 1883, Monet first saw this wonderful little pastoral town of Giverny. And at the time, the population was 301 people. And to an artist who was born and raised in the hustle and bustle of Paris, it was such this quiet, utopian kind of paradise. And he decided to move his family there. And For the rest of his life, he drew inspiration for his paintings. After moving in, he quickly set about designing the home and the garden to be how he wanted them. And each room in his house has a distinct color scheme, which is chosen by him. And one of his signature masterpieces is the garden that he created. It wasn't even an artwork that he painted, but he created his own gardens. And of course, painted many, many paintings of scenery in these gardens. Nowadays, if you had a Monet painting of water lilies, that painting would sell for $80 million or so. But since the 1980s, this garden has been open to the public for everyone to enjoy. It was meticulously designed and tended by Monet with the specific intention to paint the landscapes that he created. And it's full of vibrant flowers, unique plants, stunning landscaping, and it's just really amazing. If you are any kind of a horticulturalist and you love to see how gardens and plants and everything play together, or a landscaper, if you're an architect, these gardens will completely appeal to you. Also, of course, art lovers and historians will love these. So Monet spent over 40 years of his life painting in and around his gardens. And the landscape is so bursting with color and flowers in bloom that his gardens, you will immediately recognize scenes that he has painted from the real life gardens. It's so fun because one of the stops on our river cruise, October 2023, is going to be in Vernon, France, which is a town that is right by Giverny, the little town where Monet lived and where his gardens are. And anybody who is on this cruise will have a chance to tour Monet's home and gardens in Giverny. It's so amazing, so cool. And you can see, if you are watching the video, you can see on the map, Giverny and Vernon are right in the, closer to Paris than they are to the ocean, but they're in kind of the first little part of the Seine River coming out of Paris. Now, if you are not an art lover and all of this talk about Monet and his gardens are kind of whatever, you may want to visit an alternate excursion, which you can if you go on this river cruise, and it is called the Chateau de Gaillon, and there are gardens nearby that are gardens of Acigny. This chateau was built in 1502, and it originally housed the very best fountain in France. And the fountain is no longer standing, but it was over 22 feet high and was known far and away in all the areas that this was the best fountain that there was. Unfortunately, a fire burned the cathedral in 1764, but soon after that, they got to work and they rebuilt the chateau. So the remains of the chateau are still there in this town of Gaillon. And if you prefer to visit this and to see this really cool, iconic location rather than the gardens of Monet, then this would be another excursion option that you could do when we stop in Vernon. We are so excited for this cruise. My husband, Sean, and I can't wait for you to join us if you would like to. I have some group space all blocked out on the cruise just for you if you want. So if a river cruise has been on your bucket list, and if you would like to see some of these amazing places in France, you really should come with us. There are all different rooms and price points available. All of your food and your excursions are included. It's just going to be really magical, I think, and I'm super excited about it. In a previous post and previous episode, I talked about a couple of other stops that we'll have along the Seine River. If you missed those, go back and catch them. They're about the beaches of Normandy and a place called Caudebec-En-Caux. And so you can look in the show notes for more information about those previous episodes. Our cruise dates, just a reminder, are October 14th through the 21st in 2023. It's really great to be able to just put down a small deposit on the cruise now and pay it off as you go, or wait until the final payment is due next year in advance of the cruise and just pay it all off then, whichever you would prefer doing. Super easy to make it work that way. Anyway, looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing you if you would like to go, or if you're thinking about one, but those dates don't work for you, then feel free to contact me and I'd be happy to help you, figure something out. Love to have you come along if you'd like. And thanks for being with me today to share this location of Monets Gardens. Thanks for joining me today. If you've enjoyed this episode, please like, share, subscribe, or leave a review. If you'd like to contact me about a vacation, the best way is to visit my website, sweetdreamstravel.net. To connect on social media, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, or LinkedIn. See you next time.